Hello. Today what we're going to do is we're going to continue talking about how to find R values, talking about correlations, and actually using the line of best fit that pops up when you put a table into Desmos and type in that y1 tilde mx1 plus b. Well, it's sort of like the regression equation, except for we have that squiggle there instead of an equal sign. So as you may have noticed when you've done these before, once you put a table in Desmos, some points pop up and a line pops up. That line that pops up is the line that's closest to all the points, and we call it the line of best fit. So what we're going to do today is we are going to first start the way we have been doing by taking this table and entering it to Desmos. So in Desmos, we hit plus sign, we hit table, and we start typing in our values very carefully. Again, if they suggest numbers you don't want, just ignore them and keep typing the values. I like to type in all the X values, then all the Y values, but you can do things however it makes sense for you. Okay. Once you have all of your tables entered in, it's always a good idea to double check them really quick and make sure they're all correct. Once you're comfortable with that, you're going to click in the space underneath the table and type in that regression equation. Y, the number 1, tilde or squiggle, which you have to hit your ABC button to get to, M, X1, plus sign B. Once you do all of that, a lot of things pop up. The things that we are going to care about for now are just R, but we also want to actually see the points in the line that we got. So just like you do in any other app or anything like that on your device, you can zoom in or zoom out. Make sure you can see all the points on our graph. So if I've zoomed out enough here to where I can see all of my points, this black line that is near those points is my line of best fit. So I've taken care of part A here, which is entering in all the data in the table, entering in my regression equation, and getting my points in my line. The rest of these we can answer using everything that we see in Desmos. So letter B says, is the trend increasing or decreasing? You can answer this one of two ways. If you can see the line, here we can see the line has a negative slope. Since the line has a negative slope, we would say that this is decreasing. Another way you can look at it is your R value. Your R value is negative. If your R value is negative, you're going to have a negative slope. It'll be decreasing that way too. Speaking of the R value, let's answer that. We are just going to straight up take this R value from Desmos. My R value is not R squared, but regular R. R equals negative 0.9769. Next thing they want us to do is describe the correlation that's linked to our R value. It is going to be a negative correlation because we have a negative R value, also because there's a negative slope. And negative 0.9769 would fit in the strong category, so strong negative. The last two things we haven't done yet, these last two things are new. What we're going to do is we are going to make some predictions using the line of best fit. So I'm actually going to adjust this a little bit better. Okay. And so what they want us to do here is use the line of best fit to determine a student's grade if they watch TV for 20 hours per week. Is 20 hours a week of TV watching X or Y? Well, let's looking at our table. Over here in our table, we see that hours spent watching TV is our X variable, and that the grade in the class is the Y variable. So that means that for answering letter E, we want to know what happens when X equals 20. So when X equals 20, that's right here. I'm going to follow that up until I hit my line. My Y value is right about here, which is just a little bit above 60. So I would say that's about 61%. So if a student watches 20 hours of TV a week, which is basically a part-time job, you would expect their class grade to be about a 61% based off of the line. Last but not least, letter F. We're going to use that line of best fit one more time to determine the hours number of TV a student watches if their grade is 75%. Grade is Y, and so what we need to do is find the spot on the line where our Y value equals 75. So looking here, I'm going up by 5, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. So 75 is this right here. When Y is 75, what is my X value? It's just above that second line there. Or sorry, just below that second line there. So right about here, each block here is 0, 5, 10, 15, 20. So I would say that's about 9 hours of TV watching a week. So just to reiterate, the new things we added on today, we're using the graph to help us predict X and Y values. If they give you an X value, follow that X value up until you hit the line, and then look over and see approximately what Y value you have. If they give you a Y value, find that Y value on the line, trace down and figure out what X value you are near. These are approximations, so as long as you're close, you're good. We'll do things in a more exact way in the next video. That's it for today. Have a wonderful day.